Aloha y'all, Daniel Aaron here, your guide to vibrant living. I got a cool video for you here, a little bit different than storytelling, which I often do. I'll reference a story, I might even get a story in there, though mainly what this is about is how to really master the laws of manifestation. I know you've heard a lot about the law of attraction and different language for it, and how's it working? Sincerely, put your comments down below. For me, it didn't work well for a long time, but I'll get to that in a second. If this is interesting, useful, please subscribe, like, share the video. Let's get more vibrancy in the world. That's why we are here. So, about a week ago, I recorded a video and shared it here about what to me was really a miraculous story, right? Although, as one of my teachers used to say, magic is only magic until you know the method behind it, right? Because what it's really about is utilizing laws of the universe, understanding how they work and actually following them. Now, the law of attraction, I'm guessing if you're here with me, you know what it is. You know it has something to do with that being at the vibration. It has something to do with visualizing what you want. Now, if we go back to when that became really sort of popularized, people have been teaching about this for ages. Abraham Hicks, Napoleon Hill, going further back, Neville Goddard, right? More recently, Joe Dispenza has been talking about it. Where it got really popular, though, was, what was that, about 20 years ago, when The Secret came out, the book and the movie, Rhonda Byrne. And one of the false promises, I don't know if actually it was a promise in there, what a lot of people walked away with, though, is this belief that if I just visualize, imagine myself with the red bike or the red Ferrari, it'll show up magically. Doesn't work that way. Not most of the time anyway. If you're really good, if you're really in tune, if you happen to hit the pocket just right, perhaps so. And actually I had an experience of that. I'm not saying I'm really good and hit the pocket just right, and sometimes it happens that way. So, tell you what, here's what happened. 3 weeks ago, after having spent the last year or so diving deeply into raising my financial IQ, creating passive income, after diving deeply into the publishing world, publishing my book, The Art of Spiritual Leadership, recording the audio book, it'll be out soon, right? I've come back recently to saying, hey, I want to do more of what I love most, which is this, right? Sharing, teaching, working with people, coaching. In fact, I developed this very cool 7-week transformational program. And I said, what would it be like to take a few really motivated people and guide them through it individually, to even create customized, guided, hypnotic, meditative experiences where I speak into their ears where their eyes are closed, using what they have told me they want and helping imprint it into their subconscious. Anyway, I was getting really excited about this, and I thought, well, the first thing to do for this is to send it out to the people that are on my email list, the people that are close, my tribe, my folks. And so I was thinking, okay, how do I want to communicate it? And in that process, what I had not done yet was anything visible, anything in the world. I was thinking about this, but I hadn't actually sent an email out, hadn't put anything on my website, hadn't said anything on any of the social media channels. I'd said to a couple friends, I'm going to offer this now. Oh, cool. Then, out of the blue, quotation marks, because not really, if you understand how the law works, I get a message from somebody on Facebook Messenger. And they say, hey, Daniel, we've been connected for some time on Facebook, and I just got this impulse today that I need to reach out to you. I've been going through some challenges lately and some spiritual upgrades, and I'm not, I feel like I could use some help. By any chance, do you do any coaching work? Now, mind you, I haven't made any coaching offers in a year at least, right? Because I've been focused on these other things. So when that came to me, I was like, ooh, out of the blue. Now, we know there are masters in the world, right? Jesus, Sai Baba, various teachers who have been able to turn wine into water, multiply the fishes, right? These stories are in some way, because they are so connected to oneness, to the vibration of spirit, that's like instant manifestation. Most of us, we're not that good yet. So here's the deal. What does it take to actually do this law of attraction, to employ it in a way that it works? What does it take to do what Joe Dispenza calls manifesting from the field, from the fifth dimension, right? Abraham Hicks talks about it in a different way. Neville Goddard talks about it as fourth dimensional technology. Whatever you call it, here's just, again, the basic thing. Right? What it is disengaging from the physical world, 3D, the world of the senses, what we see around us through our senses, right? Because what we know from a metaphysical standpoint is that's not all there is. Right? There's that great book title from Wayne Dyer. The common saying is, I'll believe it when I see it, right? When I see it, meaning when there's evidence by my senses, then I will believe it. And his title was great. It's, you'll see it when you believe it. And what that means is, when we believe it, when we disengage from what the outer world is telling us, and this, by the way, is a challenging thing to do, right? This is what was referred to in the fifth of the Yoga Sutra instructions. 8 limbs. The fifth limb is pratyahara, translated as withdrawal of the senses. And it means if you want to create, sometimes you have to step away from what is in order to create something new. That's challenging to do because it's so seductive, right? This feels like a real arm. Those look like real trees. It all seems like that's real. And of course, on one level, it is real. The point, though, is it's not the only reality. And so the first thing to do is to create space, like take time out, right? Maybe it's just 5 minutes, maybe it's longer. Hopefully it's longer, because gosh, what's more important than creating your future, right? So taking space out from what is and getting yourself into a meditative state. One of my clients called it the fuzzy state. I love this, right? And I would help her guide into it. She had no meditative experience before. And I would guide her into that experience. And it would be, from a brain science perspective, when we go from beta awareness, right, active doing, serotonin, sort of slightly or more than slightly fight or flight energy, which is normal consciousness. We're doing stuff, getting things done, moving around, right? When we go from that into a lightly relaxed state, an alpha state, right, where we become more receptive, more hypnotic, right? Brain waves slow down, suggestibility goes up. Now, what happens when I say suggestibility? Hopefully you think of TV, commercials. I don't want to be programmed by that. No. Good. What this is training yourself to program yourself with what you do want, right? That's powerful. Now, lower the brain waves with meditation, using breathing, using inductive technology, whatever it is, right? Get yourself into that slower brain wave, a bit relaxed, calmer. Breathing does really well for me. Taking focus into a specific area and then out to space, also really helpful. And when you get to that space, then you could say you've crossed the bridge. You're in the fifth dimension, the fourth dimension, whatever you call it, the realm of thoughts, the field of infinite possibilities. Once you get there, this big black void where anything is possible. In fact, and as soon as you think of something, it exists. As soon as you conceive of it, it's a reality. It may not be showing up here yet it has become a reality. It already exists. So, stage 1, get into that fuzzy state. Stage 2, go out into that field and say, what do I want? And what you want is whatever it is for you. Maybe it is a red bicycle, maybe it's a car, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's manifesting a mansion. By the way, in case you watched that one video where I talked about magical manifesting of the mansion. My daughter has corrected me. It's not a mansion. It doesn't have a pool. Next time I will include that in the picture. So what you do is whatever it is that you want, you get a clear picture of it. You form a mental picture, and that can be picture as in the visual sense or just a knowing of what you want, or, and maybe even better, the feeling. What would it feel like if that had already occurred? If I already have it, if I was it, if I had, whatever it was, what would it be like to already have it? Because this is the third key here, and in many ways the most important, the most often overlooked. And this was, for me, one of the challenges I had. And for years when I said, this stuff doesn't work, I do it all the time and it doesn't work. And part of it was because I was doing it in a routine way. I was going through the motions of it. Okay, I know what to do. I read the books. I saw the movie. What I need to do is, close my eyes, disengage from the senses. I do some breathing. Then I have a clear intention. I get really specific. I'm going to manifest a partner, and she's going to be like this, this, and this, and our relationship's going to be this, this, and this. Well, what I was missing was feeling it, right? And feeling is so key on two levels. And then I'll wrap this up. I'll bring it around and wrap it up for us. Feeling is key on two levels. One is because it's the heart that is the magnetic power that draws the experience to us. From the void, from the realm of thought, from possibility, the heart, the feeling, the love, which bonds us to that energetic. The vibrations match, and through a quantum movement, they are attracted to each other, right? That is the definition of synchronicity. That's how entrainment works. I get on the vibration of that and draw it to me through the feeling. I'm in love with it, so I'm attracted to it. It's attracted to me. And the other very cool thing with this is sometimes I don't really know what we want. I might know that I don't want this. This is stressing me out. This is bumming me out. Whatever the situation is, I want something different from this. So, or for instance, I was working with a client recently who's like, I know there's more purpose for me. I want more purpose in my life. But I don't know what it is. And to me, that's like, ooh, that's a juicy one. That's exciting, because if we get the feeling of it without knowing the form, then what we do is we engage the magic and power of the universe, which is, what do you think, the same power as us? Less? More? Of course it's more, much more powerful than us. So we get out of our own limited viewpoint, our own limited conception of what's possible. We say, universe, this is what I want to feel. And for this client I'm referring to, it's like, I want to feel on fire with my life. I want to feel like I'm contributing to the world in a big way. I want to feel this great sense of meaning. So get the feeling of it. All right, let's wrap it up and bring it back. First, disengage from senses, sense perception, the illusion, the Maya. Second, drop in, drop the brain waves down, increase suggestibility so that you can do what? Program who? Program yourself with what you want, what your intention is. Make it clear, as clear as you can. And then key, and even if you could skip this step, key, get the feeling of it. What would it be like if it was already here? And please tell me your experience. And if you got questions, or if you thoughts, or if you think, this is just new age crap, what are you talking about, Daniel? Put the comment. I would love to hear, love to connect with you. I got a lot of comments from the last video on the manifestation that I did privately. So I'd love to hear from you here, and let's make it a group conversation. Again, if this is useful, entertaining, fun, innocuous, please like, subscribe, share. Let's get the word out. More vibrancy for everybody is great. And by the way, if you're interested in some support, some working together, let's investigate that possibility. I'll put the link in the description or in the comments here. So if you would like to schedule a time for us to have a conversation, and I'll see if I can support you with what you want to create in your life. It's not for everybody. It's for people that are spiritual, people that are craving more, who know their values, vision, and potential has more for them, and they're craving it. They're itchy to get more. So if that's you, let's have a conversation. If I can help, I'll tell you about that. If I can't help you, I'll point you in the right direction or connect you with some of my resources, some of my network. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. May you live with vibrancy. Aloha.